Dr. Hosein Bor is a distinguished attorney, currently serving as the counsel at the law firm of Entwistle and Cappucci. He is also, he has his doctorate from George Washington University and also has studied at the American University. Dr. Bor is a tireless advocate for the rights of the Baluchi people of Iran, and I would love to have him come out here and speak to us.
Thank you very much, Dr. Perry, and it is a great honor and pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for your time. I'm just, my colleagues articulated the causes which are beloved to all of us, but I would like to underline the cause of the Baluch in Iran. Of course, as my colleagues indicated, Iran is a multinational state comprised of 6 distinct nationalities: Persians, Baluch, Arabs, Kurds, Turkmens, and Baluch, of course, as you know, they are situated also in East Iran, and Baluchistan, of course, like Kurdistan, has been divided into 3 countries: Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. And of course, it is very strategically located in the Strait of Hormuz with a coastline of 1,000 miles.
Can you please loudly? We can hear here, please.
Yeah, and with the coastline stretching 1,000 miles from Strait of Hormuz to Karachi port. And of course, in Iran, of course, Baluchistan was annexed to Iran in 1928 and has suffered the same problems that everybody else in Iran, all other national groups have been suffering. The root cause of the problem in Iran, of course, is the centralization of power in Tehran and monopolization of power in Tehran by one national groups. And of course, the main vehicle of the government, whether clerical regime or the monarchical regime, was the policy of assimilation that mentioned by Mr. Hijri. That means Persianization. So Baluch, like Kurds, they are never allowed to school in their own language. Baluchi, like Kurdish, Arabic, and other non-Persian languages, was banned in school. And of course, in terms of political participation, Baluch, like Kurds, Arabs, they never had a voice in not only the central government, but in their own affairs in Baluchistan. For example, no Baluch was ever appointed or elected as a governor or any other department. So, and no Baluch was ever appointed as a minister or ambassador. And of course, Baluch, like Kurds, they are discriminated against, not only because they are non-Persian, but they are also Sunnis. And of course, as you know, the 25% of the Iranian population, at least between 25 to 30%, they are Sunnis, as was, which was, of course, the official, prevalent religion in Iran till Safavids. And of course, you are aware about the oppression, about the Baha'is, Jews, and other non-Muslims, but Sunnis are Muslims, but they have seen even worse than other religious minorities. And of course, you know that there is an active insurgency in Baluchistan and due to the policies of the Islamic Republic. And because of that, Baluch have been subjected to mass executions on numerous times. For example, in 2009, 13 Baluch were executed in 1 day, followed by 3 other Baluch the next day. On a summarily executed, accused of fighting the God, as Catherine mentioned, Muharebe. And of course, of belonging to Jundullah, which is actively engaged in an armed insurrection. And of course, that is religious discrimination, cultural discrimination, I mentioned that which are not allowed, like Khorasan, to use their own language in school or any other things. And of course, in terms of solution, of course, as a multinational state, that the only solution really for Iran is democracy, federalism, secularism, and pluralism. The central government should be limited to defense, foreign affairs, and monetary policy. All other powers should be transferred to the federated units, Kurdistan, Balochistan, other areas, to enable the citizens to participate both at local, federal, and state levels. If Iran is going to remain as a viable, progressive, modern state. And unfortunately, Iran is politically one of the most backward countries in the region. It is a country which is still ruled by a clerical regime, the only country in the world which is ruled by a medieval clerical regime. That is one indicator. And then, of course, you see this growing modernization and democratization in Africa, in Asia, even in the Middle East, but nothing is happening in Iran. Another indication of, or indicator of Iran's backwardness is how the women are treated compared to the other neighboring countries. For example, you see Bangladesh, India, Israel, even Pakistan. Numerous women have been elected several times as prime ministers, but in Iran, women are denied equal rights. It is institutionalized in the laws of the country. So I firmly believe that if Iran is going to remain as a viable, modern, progressive, united country, it should address the issue of nationalities in Iran. That is the Kurds, Arab, Baluch, Turkmenistan, and accord them equal rights. And of course also to compensate for the backwardness that they have caused by the central government, they should also institute some policies which allows those national groups to develop their language, their culture, their economies. And of course, as a U.S. taxpayer also, I hope that the U.S. government will do more to support the green movement in Iran, the struggle of Iranian people for democracy, like the rest of the region. And I am absolutely positive that the Iranian peoples will succeed, will be successful eventually, and Islamic regime and its ideology is destined to failure. Even Ahmadinejad in all his speeches says the US is losing and so on. But of course, you know that this ideology, the US ideology, democracy, is winning. You see that in the US, you have an African American elected duly to the president, but in Iran, Sunnis, 25% of the Iranian population, they can never be elected based on the constitution. Sunnis cannot become president or supreme leader, women cannot become anything. So how could that country survive as a modern nation? Thank you very much.